Brace yourselves, people. This is going to be a long ass video, but it was well worth it. So we fast forward to the Super Bowl, the end of season 8, and the Philadelphia Eagles have the NFL in a headlock right now, mainly because of Donovan McNabb being 99 overall. But they have now won 4 straight Super Bowls, and this time they defeat the Tennessee Titans. Philly didn't have to do much on offense, but the defense straight dominated, and they got the job done. And once again, they are Super Bowl champions for the 4th consecutive season. Now, as we scroll down at the stats, I want you to look for a specific name. Look at the Philadelphia Eagle receiving stats. See that man circle right there? Remember him? That is Brandon Davis. Don't believe me? Let's take a look. In his 3rd season in the league, he's already at 91 overall. Already a 3-year veteran, just ended his 3rd season. 6'4", 208, the former Oklahoma Sooner. If you still don't remember him, here he is right here. So let's go back to season 5. The setting is the Rose Bowl for the national championship game versus Alabama State. He took this punt return back. That gave them a 10-point lead. They thought that would be enough, and of course we had to rally back to get the lead back. And then he took this kick return back right here out the end zone, took it out, weaved in the traffic, somehow still can't figure this out. He broke out of this, took it all the way up the right sideline to the crib, and that gave them the lead back. But of course you know how this game ended. If you don't, look at that video. Absolute crazy game. So now the season is over. Season 8 is in the books in the NFL. We're now going to the off season, and we're looking down the list of the running backs. You see that right there. There goes Dawson, the Texas A&M running back. He's predicted to be top 5. Papenga's predicted to be 1st round. So we're continuing to go down the list. We're looking for 2 specific players. Both of them are from HBCU schools, right? And we found the first one. It's Samuel Ross from Morgan State, one of the best offensive players in the country. Let's look at the initial scouting report for Samuel Ross. Amazing run power, average hands, and above average kick returner. That's crazy considering he was pretty much their entire offense his senior season. And there goes Donnie Monker. But this is criminal. Look at this, 6th to 7th round pick. This man won the Dope Walk Award, and he rushed for 2,000 yards. Let's see what they say. Great run power, that is facts. Average hands and average kick returner, I'll take that, considering he rarely caught the ball and he never returned kicks. 5'9", 186, balanced running back. That's criminal. 6th to 7th round. I wouldn't have guessed that. But then we go to the wide receivers, and Ryan Thompson makes the list, predicted to be 2nd round. Now remember, Ryan Thompson finished his career at 91 overall. Above average run power, great hands, that is facts. Terrible kick returner. I definitely do not agree with that. But then we get a shocker. Scott Jordan made the list. Like, I was so surprised. I couldn't believe this, man. Scott Jordan made the list. Let's see what they say about him, though. So let's pop it up. Above average run power. Good hands. Good hands.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. We
just listen to Mo. I'll pay all your shit. You're gonna get this fired, man. Man, keep playing. He's gonna get this fired, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing games with me.
Get the out of here. How? Good hands and then amazing kick returner. Maybe we should have had him returning kicks. How did he make it and not low down dirty Shane Harris? We go to the tackle position though. Kendrick Billings, of course, made the list, projected to be a 2nd round pick, back-to-back offensive lineman of the year. And I'm shocked by this. I would have guessed he would have been a 1st round pick. He should have been. So he has amazing run blocking, good pass blocking. He's unstoppable as a run blocker. This dude is going to be really good, whoever gets him. So we go down the center position, and there goes Mike Denman, our highest rated player from this past season at 99 overall, projected to go in the 6th round. Great run blocking, good pass blocking. Now, I did miss an HBCU player at the center position, and he did get drafted. You will find out later on in this video, but let's continue on for now. So we go down the middle linebacker list. We have another criminal projection. Leon Hill is projected to go in the 7th round. Great tackling and then above average hands, which I kind of agree with, but he is great at tackling and he is a ball hawk as a linebacker. Balanced middle linebacker, but it's criminal that projected him to go 7th round. We now go to Wendell Davis, who's projected to go into the 5th round. As a free safety, he finished at 90 overall. Great, well, take that back. Amazing tackling. Terrible kick returner. We never had him returning kicks anyway. And then below average hands, which I kind of agree with. 6'1", 218, a hard-hitting free safety. That actually says a lot. We'll talk about him later. We go to the kicker position. Look at this shocker. Brandon Ziegler, projected to be a 1st or 2nd round pick as a kicker. Now, he is projected to go 1st or 2nd round, and his position is a power kicker. He has good kick power and good kick accuracy. He wasn't that great for us beyond 40 yards, but he is a clutch kicker. So whoever gets him is getting a special kicker indeed. Let's continue on. Look at this though. We got another HBCU kicker. This time is Stooks, Steven Stooks. Great kick power and great kick accuracy. So technically he's probably a little bit better than Brandon Ziegler. So now we go to draft day and we make history. For the first time in this series, we have a 1st round pick. And yes, you guessed it. It is the best wide receiver in college football history. Ryan Thompson goes 31st overall in the 1st round. I never thought I would see this day. 5'10", 174, and he is going to the AFC South. Ryan Thompson, ladies and gentlemen, is a Tennessee Titan. What a special day it is for Alabama State football. I'm pretty sure Joseph Cooley was absolutely ecstatic when he found out this news. The Tennessee Titans are getting a very special player. Yes, might be considered undersized, but he doesn't drop passes. He never gives up on plays. He has great separation from defensive backs. Makes crazy, spectacular catches. He even runs the ball sometimes. You can do all kind of things with Ryan Thompson. Screen pass right here versus Alcorn State. Stiff arm. His strength is underrated. And then he takes off with the burst. His ability after the catch is arguably his best ability. The man is an absolute monster. Back-to-back seasons with 2,000 yards receiving. Back-to-back seasons as the Biletnikoff Award winner. He's also the all-time leader in NCAA history in touchdown catches as well as receiving yards. He's had an all-out great college career, and coming back for his senior season was well worth it because now he's our first round pick. So let's look at the scouting reports for Ryan Thompson. A 4.3, 440, 13 bench press reps, 36 inch vertical. Look at that shuttle time and cone time though. So according to the scouts, they said he has good hands. It should say great hands. Needs to work on hand-eye coordination. I don't agree with that. I don't recall him having any type of bad breaks with injuries in college, so I don't know where the scouting reports got that about. He has great leaping ability, which we saw. They're comparing his leaping ability to Joe Horn. That is crazy. Scored high on the IQ test. Had an average interview, but then it contradicts itself saying great interview. So congratulations to Ryan Thompson. Let's see what he does in his NFL career. We go to the 2nd round. 50th overall goes Kendrick Billings. And he lands at a great spot in an organization that's known for running the football historically. That is the Denver Broncos. Our former left tackle is now in the NFL in the AFC West. They are getting a nice one as well. Kendrick Billings, the last 2 seasons, as I mentioned before, was named back-to-back Offensive Lineman of the Year. Best Offensive Lineman of the Year, that is. He finishes his career with well over 150 pancakes. The man stayed making trips to IHOP, ordering that special omelet, whatever that special is, where you get 3 pancakes and an omelet. But in his final season at Alabama State, he had 87 pancakes and only allowed 2 sacks. That's almost like Orlando Pace numbers right there. But of course, you know, Orlando Pace never allowed a sack in his college career. What he did against this defensive end at LSU was absolutely criminal. Look at that right there. Just straight threw him to the ground like a rag doll. makes absolutely no sense opening that big run up for Donnie Moncrief. So Kendrick Billings is in the NFL with the Broncos. Now look at his ability right here. Look at his scouting report, I should say. He shows good hold point and pass protection. Yes, he does. He is extremely strong. Look at that, 32 bench press reps. And then on top of that, works well with his guards to drive defenders away from the play. Technically sound drive blocker who excels in the run game. That is facts. And then it says he would jolt the defenders on contact with his hands. All this is absolute facts. We saw this on full display for the last 2 seasons, and the man is an absolute monster on that offensive line. This is a very good pickup for the Broncos. Kendrick Billings is going to be a gem. And now we go to the 3rd round. This time it's a MEAC player. Out of Morgan State comes Samuel Ross. He is now a Minnesota Viking after being selected at 50 overall. The former Morgan State Bear goes from Baltimore, Maryland to Minneapolis, Minnesota. 2 very extremely cold places, but I'm pretty sure he's used to that. But they say Minnesota cold is a complete different monster. Samuel Ross brings speed, he brings explosiveness out the backfield, and he brings game-breaking ability. When he's out in the open field, you're going to have a tough time stopping him. Plus, on top of that, he does have the ability to make the guy miss in the open field, as you will see on display right here versus Hampton. Takes this toss play up the right side, makes that man miss, and does an unnecessary spin move before going into the end zone. And of course, in the bowl game right here inside the red zone, he is automatic. Taking that ball to the outside, touchdown, Morgan State. Minnesota Vikings are getting a very good one, I should say. A 4.37 40. Now look what they say about him. He keeps his pad level low as he bounces off arm tackles, blazes speed, something NFL teams cover at the halfback position, can make defenders miss, but they also say he's above average on injuries. I don't know what that's about. So now we go to the 5th round. Wendell Davis, 135 overall in the 5th round, goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Our former free safety finished his collegiate career at 90 overall, and now he's going down to Duval County to play for them Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the thing about Wendell Davis is that he's better as a zone coverage safety than he is in man coverage, especially the cover 3. He led our team with interceptions with 7 of them. And then, of course, this one right here versus LSU was absolutely nuts, because I didn't think he was going to catch that. Now, also, Wendell Davis is a very good ball hawk. He forces fumbles. He's very good at stripping the ball. Of course, he can intercept the ball, but as I said before, he has had cases where he's been beaten in man-to-man coverage, but he has way better success as a zone safety. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I know they have a good defense during this time, and I'm pretty sure they're going to put him in some packages. Now, he's good at zone, but at the same time, when he's in the box, he does force fumbles. So be on the lookout for Wendell Davis down there in Duval County. Let's take a look at his scouting report. Not too much to worry about injuries. That's facts. He never got injured. Exhibits great recovery speed when beaten. That's more on display on zone coverage. Little stiff in his hips when trying to change direction. That is facts. That is on full display specifically on man-to-man coverage. But he definitely does a good job of that in the zone. Is very active staying in the receiver's face. That is also facts. He is around the ball. Once again, he led our team in interceptions. But, as I said before, he's better in zone than he is in man. But congratulations to Wendell Davis. Now, here's the cat that I missed right here. Out of Mississippi Valley State, 166 overall. In the 6th round goes Jamal Brown, the center out of Mississippi Valley State. Can't believe I missed him, man. I didn't even think he would make the list, or anybody from Mississippi Valley State at that. 6'3", weighs 321. Congratulations to him. He is now a Kansas City Chief out there in the AFC West. I have no idea what his contract is going to look like. Usually the 6th and 7th round picks usually have 1 or 2 year contracts. And then we go down to 167. Back-to-back HBCU players. Our starting center, Mike Denman, who was 99 overall when he left Alabama State, is now in Jacksonville, Florida with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Him and Wendell Davis are teammates yet again. Now, the thing about him is he's undersized. He's listed at 5'11". He weighs 281 pounds. Age might be a factor. He is a little older. He is 24. So Mike Denman did a very good job for us. Did not allow a lot of sacks at all. Maybe one sack, maybe 1 or 2 sacks over the last 2 years. Denman did a very good job of not allowing a lot to go up down the middle of our offensive line. Not allowing a lot of pressure. He did a good job with Trey Tyler. He did a good job with Deadpool of protecting them up the middle. Engineering our offensive line, doing a good job of not snapping the ball too high. Mike Denman, you will be missed. You was an absolute monster during your 2 years as a starter. You made the most of it, and now you're in the NFL. Congratulations, man. Ball out. Do not worry about your height. You are good. So now we look at his scouting report. He says he has a good chance of staying healthy while he's in the league. Fails to get consistent movement off the ball. That's cap. Absolute cap. That's, oh my gosh, man. What the hell? Sustains his blocks long enough for the runner to get through the hole. That is facts. We saw it on full display every time we ran the ball up the middle. Tough blue collar type who provided good pass protection. Yes, he does. And in my opinion, he's much better as a run blocker than a pass blocker, but that doesn't really say much. It's pretty much neck and neck. Plus on that, they said he had a great interview. Brandon Ziegler at 168 overall. So we had back-to-back HBCU players drafted. He is with the Indianapolis Colts, and they got a good one. The only thing about him is he needs to work on anything beyond 40 yards. Now, he is clutch. When he does make the field goals when you need them, he definitely does that. For example, right here versus Prairie View A&M, we really needed him to make that field goal because that kept our season alive and kept us undefeated after we blew a big lead after halftime. So we go later on in the 6th round, and this, I can't believe it. Scott Jordan goes 183 overall to the New York Football Giants. And I am convinced that NFL scouts only saw the fact that he was 6'10", but he can move. And you're going to see the reason why I said that as we see his scouting report. Because of all the HBCU players, he had the fastest 40 time. Now look at this right here. The only thing about Scott Jordan is that he has brick hands. We ran this play versus Penn State, and then we went right back to him on the very next play. Literally the very next play, and he dropped the ball again. In the back of the end zone, Penn State ran cover 2 once again. And he did the exact same thing. The only thing holding him back is the fact that he has brick hands. But when he does catch the ball, he is definitely unstoppable. He has great ability to stretch the field with his height. And then on top of that, he is just straight dangerous when the ball is in his hands. There's nothing he can't do when he does catch the football, as you saw against Alabama A&M. Now for me, 3 games stood out for me with Scott Jordan in his sophomore year. His best games in his career was against Oregon State, Alabama A&M, and Bethune-Cookman when we went down to the Daytona Beach. And all those came in season 6. That was his best season because he straight fell off after that. Now take a look what they say. Look at the 40 time. 4.3240. 14 bench press reps. That's the fastest among the HBCU players that popped up on the Madden list. Solid wide receiver. Has room for improvement. Plenty of room for improvement for Scott Jordan. Productive downfield receiver. That is facts. Has outstanding quickness. That is facts. In and out of his cuts. Like I said, he has it. He just can't catch. Look at the last one though. Look at the one at the bottom. Has the leaping ability comparable to Randy Moss. That's saying a lot, man. If he can just catch the football. But again, I believe he's just going to have a 1-year contract. And I'm not expecting his overall in Madden to be a lot. But he has the ability to be a great wide receiver. And he should have done more at Alabama State. But Joseph Cooley had no choice to bench him because he just kept dropping the ball. And he never recovered after his sophomore season. And the last 2 are criminal. Donnie Moncrief goes 199 overall. Wait a minute. Tom Brady was drafted 199 overall. Is that a sign? So yeah, Donnie Moncrief gets drafted to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Mike Denman and Wendell Davis are all teammates once again. Donnie Moncrief brings a lot of abilities to the Jacksonville Jaguars backfield. The ability to break tackles. In my opinion, that's his best ability as a running back, to break tackles. He has great vision as well. But when he became an impact player, that's when he took his game to another level. His speed got better. His ability to break tackles got better. His agility got better, because it was okay. It wasn't great. And then look at that run right there, man. So again, Doak Walker Award winner, the 4th Alabama State Hornet in the history of our program to rush for 2,000 yards. He made the best of his abilities, and then on top of that, he had 33 touchdown runs. He is automatic inside the red zone. There's nothing you can do to stop him once he gets inside the red zone. But his ability to break tackles and his vision, those are his 2 best abilities as a running back. And on top of that, he never fumbles the ball. Let's look at the scouting report for Donnie Monker. He's about average when it comes to his injuries. That's cap. He never got injured at Alabama State. Has an above average short burst to cut back or balance outside. I wouldn't say that. I think it's above average. We'll take that back. I think it's good. Breaks tackles with the powerful leg drive. That is facts. You saw that on full display throughout his final season at Alabama State. He can make defenders miss on the open field. That is fast with sick juke moves. And on top of that, he runs over defenders as well at just 186, a 4.4 140. And of course, only 10 bench press reps. In my opinion, he should be stronger. Leon Hill, another criminal pick. Best middle linebacker that we've had. Oh, that's up for debate. It's either him or Lawrence Taylor Morton. But Leon Hill goes to the Carolina Panthers at 208. 208 overall. This man probably is a diamond in the rough. So the Carolina Panthers are getting a great linebacker at a very cheap price. The man from Poway, California brings ball hawk ability at the linebacker position. He brings great tackle ability, great pursuit. He's always around the ball. He's a playmaker on defense. And that says a lot as a middle linebacker. That was on full display at Penn State. He was always in the backfield. He was always around the ball. When Grant Garcia stripped Murphy right there, he took that back to the crib. And then later on in this game, he would have a pick 6, which was what we're going to show right here. This one off Lanjo. Look at it. He's all over the ball. No matter where he is, he's going to find that football. And of course, he has the ability after the turnover to break a big play and eventually get into the end zone. Let's go to the SWAC championship game versus Alcorn State. You see it on full display right here. He has great football IQ. He can read offenses like a book. He is very good in zone coverage to cover up the middle. My only fear with him is he might not get a lot of time because he's a 7th round pick, so he's only going to get a 1-year deal. He has great tackle ability as a middle linebacker, average intercepting ability for a middle linebacker. I don't agree with that. Recognizes the plays and shows determination to get the ball. That is facts. Displays great range to make opposite field tackles. That is also facts. And ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the NFL draft for season 8. Join us next time as we get ready for season 9. We have a big announcement. One of our players are going to be suspended for the Penn State game. What a day it is for the Alabama State Hornets. I wasn't expecting this many players to get drafted. Peace.